women who, I mean, it's hard to imagine. Are you going to become a woman to be her friend? Or are you going to be a man? That whole friend zone thing is just a fucking mystery to me. You know, I wouldn't want to be in the friend zone. I can't imagine a reason to do it. What good are women to us if they're not taking care of us domestically? Right? If they're not a sex toy, right? Or if they're not making babies. There's no other reason for them. You know. I can't find a purpose for them in my life anymore. Because they are all toxic parasites. They want your stuff. They want to control your life. And they don't want to be your friend. Man, whenever I try doing this, I rack my brains. That's why I haven't got to this video till now. Women cannot be friends with men. Feminists can't be friends with men. You know, maybe there's the perfect woman out there, this unicorn again, right? That doesn't want to control you and take your money and just wants to be your friend. Do you think that's even fucking possible? Can you imagine the scenario? I can't do it. It's hard for me to imagine how a man could want to be a friend of a woman. A feminist woman, because that's what there is out there. Right? Feminists cannot be friends with men because a feminist's whole purpose is to use a man. So they can't really be exactly like you. They can't have a relationship with you where they're not competing because they believe they're your equal. So let's see, in order to have a woman friend, she can't be a feminist. You have to be fucking her. She can't think she's your equal. She can't try and destroy your life and take all of your stuff. That's the ideal woman friend. Okay, let's try that again. In order for a man to be friends with a woman, he's got to be fucking her. They have to be exactly alike and complementary in personality. She can't want to compete with him and be a feminist in any fashion. And she can't try and take over his life, destroy him, take his money, control his thoughts or his behavior. What do you think the odds are of finding a woman like that? Otherwise, I'm going to tell you right now, time to take the garbage truck to the dump and just get rid of them all. Unless you've seen a woman like that, right? That's a fucking rare creature if I ever heard one. Because every time I see a woman who's in the friend zone with a guy, guess what she's doing to him? She's manipulating and controlling him without giving him any pussy. She's using him for his social status, his money, his house, his car, and his time. And he's not getting any pussy. He might be enjoying some time with him, but I guarantee she's going to dominate him and she's going to control him. Because that's what feminists do to men. They do not take a back seat to men. Their idea is to get as much from a man by giving as little and making the man want more from them, right? The hook. Once they set the hook, they just kind of reel him the fuck in. Make him their little puppet. Make him their bitch. So, is that what happens? Yeah. Now, let's look at the way a marriage works. A man looks at a woman, he says, I want a sex toy. He goes, I want someone who kind of gets along with me. I want some kids. Right? I want a sandwich. I want some housework done. And so she says she wants the same things. She kind of does those things a little bit. She gets him hooked with the pussy. Gets everything she wants. And then does what women in the friend zone do, and that is cut off the sex and start making the man behave the way they want. The friend zone is just another game that women use to practice so that when they do get married, they'll know how to control a man perfectly. They'll know how to get everything they want from him, without giving him what he really needs. The friend zone is an advanced game, an advanced academic game It's a social game, a social academic game feminists use to learn to conquer men. Right now, young men don't want to marry women just because they're not attractive to them. So feminists are changing the way they play the game and going after these young men with the friend zone. But it's the same purpose in the end, to deny man his needs and to get what they want. I've seen it too many times now with these dumb young fuckers, these little simps, these little white knights, these little manginas, these little metrosexuals. Relationships with women, it's like fucking cats and dogs. Okay, it don't fucking come easy. And I can't see how it works, because eventually someone's going to be fucking someone. What do you guys think? What do you think of the friend zone? Is it possible for a man to have a woman as a friend? And if so, under what conditions? Whether or not they sound totally fantastic. In fact, I'll do this. Let me challenge you guys. What are the fantastic conditions under which you could have a woman as a friend? And what good are women? Right? Once you start chasing them, all they're going to do is string you along and leave you in the dust. Never chase a woman or a bus. You'll always get left behind, right? So the secret phrase for this video is safe space. Safe space. Slip that into your comments. Safe space. And then I'll know you watched the whole thing. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching this video, for commenting, because we are right now, on this video and all my other videos, the purpose of this channel is to teach men, to give men a place to discuss things, to learn from one another, to bounce ideas off each other. This is exactly what little girls do, right? And I'm not saying Mgtow are girls. I'm saying that's what girls do when they're very young. They teach each other social skills so that they can get their way. Men need to teach each other social skills regarding women so we can get our way. Women want to control men. That's the way they want to get. Men want to be left the fuck alone. Totally different than feminism. Mgtow wants to be left alone. So we need to learn those social skills and games so that we can fucking keep the parasites off us. Okay, that's my opinion. But please, let's have some fun with this one. Take any of the challenges I threw out there. Take them in the comments. Safe space is the magic word. Hit subscribe. Hit the little bell for notifications. Share this video with all the men you know who could benefit from it, whether they're old, young, somewhere in between, single, married, engaged, dumb motherfuckers, engaged for a second or third time, really dumb motherfuckers, right? If you haven't learned, right? Okay. Anyways, some guys get women that are so fucking horrible. They think that they just picked the wrong woman, and they don't realize they just picked one that was a more obvious feminist, right? And the next one they get will be the same, worse, maybe a little better, but fuck, what do you want, hell at 1,000 degrees or hell at 1,100 degrees? They're both gonna burn you to a fucking crisp, and women burn men to a fucking crisp, to a dried out hull. Alright, that's it. Thumbs up this video. Semper Fi, I have the penis. Out.